Hello, everyone. Welcome to VOC Fireside Chat program. And I know it's been a while that we haven't had any interviews, but right now we have two lovely people, Snow and Tung Van. Recently, they went to Burma, especially in Chinland. So we will be talking about their experiences and how they felt, what kind of experiences they had. So welcome, guys, Snow and Tung Van.
Uh,
Thank you.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start with Van, because you're fresh, you're new. Snow's been with us for VOC a long time, so let's give you time. Tell us about your background, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
okay. My name is Jung Van Tong. My mom is Falam and my dad is Haka, so I'm a mixed baby. But I was born in Kalimu. I've never lived in. Well, I lived in Burma, but I was 4 when we moved to Malaysia. So like my experience there, like me going back there was my first time ever experiencing my homeland. So that was also the big reason why I went back there because I live in Florida and there isn't a big Limey community. So I just want to go back there and go reconnect with my roots.
Okay. Very good. So you live in Florida, and how long you been living in Florida?
I think 10 years now. We live in Tampa, Florida, and there isn't a big Limey community. So
Okay. And did you remember anything before you came to America?
I only remember when I lived in Malaysia, but anything Burma wise, nothing. I was a baby.
Oh, so this will be interesting interview. We really want to know because such a young age, you're Gen Z, and we really want to hear from people like you, young generation, and like me, people who visit there. So that will be a very interesting. So, Snow, recently you also went there, and tell us about a little bit about like the background, why you went there, and how you went there.
Uh, yes, I did went there to basically to observe and then to reassure the desire heart that pushed me to further observations to the extent how my friends and families are facing and especially like how they are doing. And then I wanted to witness the struggles that like people are facing. So I try to fit into them like searching for the like any clues for what I could do. And that's the reason why I went there.
Was it around the winter when you went there?
Yeah, it was around the beginning, almost about the end of the winters. So yeah, it was pretty chill, but at the same time it was pretty hot.
Is it similar to Florida?
Oh my God. Yes, almost seems like Florida.
Oh, very good, very good. Zongban, also, you went there. So, what was the main reason, if you can tell me?
Main reason why I went there.
It could be your personal reason.
Honestly, I just want to go see my homeland. I always told my parents that I want to go back, but with the whole war thing, there was never a good opportunity. But then this year came around and they made it happen.
So you guys went to Chinlung City in Chin State. So, obviously, right now it's going on with the civil war and everything. But tell us about Chinlung City. I'm gonna start with Zungban. What was your first experience? How was the daily life like when you went there? And I'll ask you more questions based on that. Okay.
Chinland, I watched before I went. I watched like those documentary on YouTube. So I thought I was pretty prepared. But when you experience it in real life, it's completely different. So yeah, yeah, it was nothing like I imagined, and I thought I was prepared, but I was not. My daily life, I woke up around 8, and then I went to Glory office at 9. I hope till 5 p.m. And then
Bro,
around
did you really wake up at 8 in the morning?
yes, I woke up earlier
Don't
than
don't be
that.
like that Indian commercial,
Oh no,
hi, this and that. I wake up at 5 in the morning and the parents
no,
laughing
no,
at
no, no,
breakfast.
no. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Gen Z. Okay.
No, like my sleep schedule
Continue.
actually was way better than like back then than it is here now. I think it's because the time flip. I went to bed at like 8 and then woke up at like 6 in the morning.
Did you
But
have like jet lag?
internet, not really.
No, jet lag. Like
Jet lag.
when you
Oh
get
no, everything was fine to me.
Yeah. And what about the like the food that you ate and like the conditions? How was it?
Food wise, it was pretty hard because most of the time, you know, America, like you get to eat whatever you want, but when you go back there, you don't really have a lot of options, and you just have to eat what you have to eat, and that was pretty much rice and ngapi, you know. So, yeah, that was it. But it was hard, but I survived, so I think I did good.
Very good, very good. What about you, Snow? How was the condition like? I know you went there already before that. So was it like a different, or what was something that you didn't expect?
This time was sort of the weather-wise, it was actually really, really nice for me. But like since it was a winter, it was very cold for me to take a shower in the mornings. Um, like if I have to go do interviews to elderly people, I want it to look pretty, so I had to take a shower in the mornings, and it was so difficult for me. Um, I there were one day I actually have two interviews early in the mornings, and I already make appointments and everything, so I had to wake up around 6 a.m. To get ready. And I also doesn't want to miss my coffee. So yes, I had to take a showers, and that day was chilly. It was so chilly. The water was so cold. Like I don't even know what to say because I was my room was right next to like I mean with CNA soldiers. I was with them. So I don't know how to say it. I don't even have like anything like since there's only guys next to me. I don't know how to express my feelings, or I don't know how to ask for help. So I just take a shower anyways. But that day was horrible. I never do that again. I didn't do that again ever. But yeah, that was quite memorable. But yeah, my days were pretty cool as along. I mean, during Chinlong cities. I was pretty busy just going around, and then I did learn how to ride motorcycles, so it was very good. I was able to ride a motorcycle, so I didn't get bored. I go around with my motorcycles. So yeah, this time around, I was able to learn motorcycles, so I'm very happy and I'm very glad that I actually learned. And then my experience at Chinlong City was great.
Did you fail when you write it?
Oh my gosh. Why you have to? Yes, I
All
did
the time?
on the very first day, but I did learn the hard way. My trainer was he was actually really good. He trained me very well, and I was like, oh, I did it. I want to ride it on the road. I never ride anything. Like even like a car, I haven't ever go onto a mountain area. So like, I have no clues. But my trainer will be like, you're not ready. You're not ready to go on the road. And I said, no, I'm ready. Like training ground is so boring. It's the grounds. I mean, it's so flat. I wanted to ride it, so
You
I
went
actually
different.
ride it, and at the curve, just bump into the curve. I I don't even want to bring it in, but yeah, I did.
Yeah,
It
it
was
did.
quite memorable.
It takes some time to get used to it because it's not like a perfect road that you're riding. You got like hills, downhills, uphills, curves and things like that. So, what about you, Tova? Did you
Definitely.
get a chance to learn the motorcycle?
Yeah, yeah, I was a pretty fast learner. I learned it within a few minutes, but
You
I have
can't
my fair
lie.
share of accidents. I
Yo,
fell, but
stop the cab, bro.
hey, it it's part of the experience. You gotta fall once. It's an experience you have to go through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you enjoy like going around, places?
Yeah, it was good. It was just very scary though. Like, it's mountains and then there's like no like type of protection. So when you're riding, it's kind of scary, but it was good. It was fun.
Mm.
I see. I see. Both of you, I want to ask you. So behind my back, this is Reed Lake, right? Did you guys get a chance to go there? How was the experience? Let's start with Chungban.
Yeah, I got to go there. That was probably the best part of my experience. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you go by yourself?
No, I did not go by myself.
Mm.
But yeah, I got to eat a lot of meat over there. So yeah, that's the best part. You know, I finally got to eat a lot of good food. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. What about you, Snow? I know you took a lot of pictures
Yeah.
and videos. So
Oh yes. Oh my God. Thank you for bringing it in. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't even think about it. I just remember at this moment. Yes, I did actually go there. This is my second time, and it was very nice. Because I'm so glad that I went there on that day, because that day I was able to witness students that were coming from Mizoram to for field trips as a field trips, and then I was able to witness students taking pictures, interviewing our peoples, and then also I was able to witness that peoples from Great Lakes. There were soldiers. There were there. They were just taking a rest, but they were asking to take a picture with them, and I was amazed. I was like, "Why do you want to take a picture with him? Like he have guns. Like you're not afraid of guns or something like that." And but they were like, "No, they are the one who saved us. And then if they're not there, we would never be able to." Come to the day that we are today. So I was like, it was so emotional, and I did get interview. I did do interview about it to one of the ladies due to the dogs. Like the dog loved me so much. I mean, like I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe probably dogs love me, and I love dogs too. So yeah, the dogs was actually that connect me to the lady, and I was able to talk to her uh, due to her dogs. Yeah, it was a very good timing, and I actually am very glad that I went there on that day.
Did you go with like a bunch of people or?
Not a bunch of people. It's just on that day, it was just me I mean, sitting there, just watching and feeling the winds, feeling the freeze airs, and I was just there, sitting there. But my friends are all up there on the back. I was just next to the waters, sitting all by myself. And out of the blue, students were all coming in and walking in. So I was like, this is interesting. Where are they from? And it got me interested. So I was able to interview one of their principals. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, 1 second. Okay, thank you, Snow. I just have a follow-up question on that. The lake, right? I
Mhm.
know like a lot of pictures on the internet, like people be like riding boats and stuff. Did you guys have a chance to like ride boats on that? Sungban,
Not
did you?
Oh,
this time.
I got to. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. Was it really big? How was it?
The
How
boat?
was the experience? No, the lake.
Oh yeah, I thought they were lying when they said it was a heart shape. I thought they were just like messing around with me, but when I actually went over there, it was a shock. Yeah.
It is a heart shape,
Mhm.
Yeah. Nice, very nice. So you guys been to like places, very famous places in like Chin State, like the Reed Lake and stuff. Uh, how safe are the roads? Like even though like there's a war going on, like traveling, how safe is it? Is there anything that you guys want to talk about in terms of like safety?
Me, I mean, I felt pretty safe. I mean, where we went, it's like, I think CNA, like, I think they occupied it, so there wasn't really nothing to worry about. The only thing was like there wasn't really any safety driving wise, because like they don't have any like real guard or anything to protect you. So that's the only thing. But other than that, it was pretty safe.
What about you, Snow? Did you go to like places that are a little bit dangerous?
Uh, yes, I was in the grounds. I was able to, how would I say? I was able to.
A taste of like a little bit of the what's going on, like the war.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to talk about.
Mm.
I don't even know like how to express the feelings that I was there, you know. Even like while I was riding on, I thought it was a safe route, but we were just riding motorcycles, yet I heard the bombs after bombs, and I was like, what is that sounds? You know, is there earthquake going on? Because I am not adjust to it. I have never heard it before. So as I was traveling, my friends was there with me, and she'd be like, you know, just you're kidding, right? And then I was like, what you mean? And she'd be like, it's a bomb. And I was like, oh dang, we have to stop. We have to stop somewhere. Like, bro, why are we even going? You know, like just stop. And then we stop and we take a picture, but we were not able to. The jet fighter was already like it's fleet already, and I was able to like really get to know how the feelings like the people's the on the grounds are feelings, and I was able to witness the struggles that they are facing. So I'm actually really like part of me is very glad that I was able to be there and I was able to be able to witness all that. But part of me is like super afraid that I might not be going home with part of my body. Like I mean, like I'm thinking like, oh my god, part of my body will be missing somewhere in this land or something. You know,
Right.
that's how scary it was during the times that I was there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it must be very dangerous, and that this will be like your first experience too, right? So
It was my very first time experiencing this. Cause the day that each days they will be bombing like 32 times. So in the days that you will be hearing bomb after bombs for more than 32 times.
Mm, mm, I see. So you guys have a lot of experience when you went there. I see. Jungwan, I want to ask you. So, like, you met a lot of people in also in like Chinlong City, and I know that you also had a like teaching classes, like English classes and stuff. Tell us about those experiences.
I think that made my experience the most fun because you know when they told me I was gonna teach, I was pretty shocked because I'm not a teacher, so I wasn't really expecting that. But it was fun though. Like communication was hard, but you know we play games and stuff like you know, so we communicate that way. And most of the time it was just like hand gesture to trying to teach them. But yeah, it was good. But education wise, like I feel like they're not really that advanced English wise, but you know it's good to see that like they want to learn too though. It was like the people they asked me to teach them, so it was good that they want to learn even though they're doing all this, especially that they still take their time of the day to learn so they could better themselves, and that was really motivational to me.
Yeah. So, how old are the kids in your class?
Yeah. I think the oldest I had was like 24, but
Whoa.
most of them were young. Yeah, like they were old, like 18, 19, 20, 17. So they were around my age.
So, what did you teach them?
ABCs, grammars, and then like just a simple conversation starter. So like when people come, they can talk to them.
So basic communication, maybe.
Basic communication, yes, sir.
Did you guys do like readings too?
No, not really. I mean, I played American songs and then I try to have them kind of guess what they were saying, but other than that, no, not really.
Did you teach them any songs?
Actually, they knew more American songs than I did. Like
what?
Really wise. Yeah.
Like what song?
They knew Justin Bieber. They knew more Justin Bieber song than I did. They knew Ed Sheeran. Like yeah, so it was pretty shocked.
You mean Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, Ed Sheeran. Yeah, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. Nice, very nice. So how long did you teach them? Like
I taught them for a week and a half.
Okay, that's kind of long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, one thing too. Like a lot of people, like you know, my generation, like you guys, there's a lot that you could do back there. See, I just went there just to go see, but as I went there, there's something I could do to help, so I did it. So yeah, so you don't really have to be specialized in anything. Like anything you can teach will help. So yeah, don't be afraid. Just go out there, and then they'll have a job for you. There's always something to do over there.
Nice. So first day of like teaching them and the last day of like teaching them, how big was the difference, and what did you learn from them too?
The biggest difference was honestly, I didn't expect a lot to show up too. I didn't really think there was gonna be a lot of students that came, but they came, and then the biggest thing was too that they were generally like me personally. I hate school, like I hate learning. So the fact that see, like they want to learn too, and that was just like very surprising, and like that just gave me more of a push. Like I'm in the United States, I live very comfortable. They're fighting a war, and they still take the time of their day to learn. So like just kind of gave me a little more motivation to really push myself.
I see. Thank you so much, Sungban. Snow, I want to ask you the city, Chinlong City. I know like a lot of people live there, a lot of soldiers and a lot of civilians too. So, what are some of the things that you witnesses in terms of like people communicating?
Yes, I did. I think I was able to witness twice. One was at the midnight. It was very late. Around they wake us up around like 11 p.m. at night, and then we all gather at church and wait for it to come until around 3 a.m. So I was able to wake up all that times and wait for it because it was my very first times, and I saw it, and it was very emotional because on that days I was able to witness two of them were passed away due to the whatever the war was going on. So yeah, due to that, and it was very emotional. I was able to witness that, and I don't think I will ever forget.
Um, do you like what are the soldiers like? Age wise, what age gap is the most in like soldiers?
Uh, the first days I was there, it was around 19s, 18s. And then the second rounds will be around, one of them were 19s and two of them were 24. One of them were 24s and 23s, something like that. I am not quite, I mean, I'm quite, it's hard to rethink about it, but I actually do have a picture, so I will try to share it later. But yeah, it was around that age, and it sort of like reminds me of my brothers, and I am like quite emotional at that time frames because I am just thinking, what if my brother were that, like in here in with me, and if he was fighting for countries, how would I feel, if I were a sisters, because I was able to witness a sister that were crying and a parents that were coming along the way from like all the way from Galemio to come all the way down there to like see their son's body. Uh, it was quite emotional. And then one night was we were able to carry on the dead body, but it was just bones. They are not sure whose body that's belonged to, but they were still like searching for it. They were like still doing research about who the bodies belong to and who the skeletons were belonged to. And that night, I wasn't able to witness the skeletons, but I was able to witness through the pictures. My friends was calling me, but I wasn't feeling well, so I wasn't able to attend to that funerals. But when I take a look at the pictures, it's just gave me sort of like sort of the thoughts, like there's like so many skeletons that will be in Tantang. One day, if the wars were over, we will walk into a skeletons like where there's a like I can't even think about it. Like neither should we call that pantang, or like should we just name it like skeleton state or something like that? Because there would be so many skeletons that we would never be able to like overcome, and never be able to do name them, you know, like whose skeleton does this belong to, and we would never be able to get the name list out of it. And I felt so sorry for all the mothers that lost their sons and daughters. And I felt very emotional every time I think about it. Yeah.
Of course, of course. Yeah. Jungban, did you also get a chance to witness some of those, even though like they're tragic, like funerals and stuff?
I slept through the one that Snow was talking about, the one at midnight. But no, I didn't really get to experience any funerals.
So during your time there, like, you know, you're Gen Z, you're young, you came from America. People at your age, right, over there, like, what do you see the difference, like, in terms of like your age generation?
Compared to like me in the States and like actual like me in Goram, they're way more mature. And then the way they care themselves, like you would not expect that from like a 17, 18, 19-year-old. They care of themselves very proud and like, you know, very adult wise. That's the one thing I would say. And then they have like a very strong will for their country, which like, you know, you don't really like from here, like you don't really expect a lot of us to be like that. And so it's like it's really different. um and the most thing was like most of the soldiers, they were young as and then, you know, Gen Z. And the one thing that really shocked me was like when I asked them, like, because a lot of them they could go to America or like other countries and stuff, and like they have their parents or their brothers or sibling, they call them, but they told me that they want to stay behind and fight for their country, like their homeland. So that was the most shocking thing for me.
Very interesting, very interesting. So Chin State is like very diverse. Even though we're Chin people, we have like different dialogues and stuff. A lot of people speak Burmese. A lot of people speak, you know, the Hakka or Falam or like Didim or something like that. You, in the other hand, you grew up here. I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but like English might be like your most comfortable language, maybe. And then you speak a little bit of you know, Lai Tong and Burmese, probably like very new to you, right?
Yes, sir.
So how was the communication like, outside of like your comfort area?
It was hard, you know, because a lot of them speak Burmese, and I definitely did not speak Burmese. So, I mean, I learned a few basic, you know, phrase like, wait, I already forgot. I'm under pressure. Wait. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Wait. Oh, there we go. Negangla, Timin Sabigila. Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's a good start.
Do I have to restart that whole thing?
No, it's fine. This is very authentic.
Okay. Yeah, you know, I picked up a few phrases like Negangla, Tamin Sabibila. So that was like my basic conversation starter. But then once they replied back to me, I didn't have a clue what they said. So it was like, but that's also how we connect though, because like it was like how we, you know, greet each other. It's like we just laughed it off because they were saying something and I didn't know, and then I said something back in English and they didn't understand. So it's like we laughed it off, and then we kind of built our relationship off that. Like, so yeah.
Nice. Did you get a chance to go to like a grocery shopping or something?
Yeah, you know, grocery shopping wise, I mean, I could speak, like I'm not that fluent in Hakka, but I understand everything and I could keep a conversation going in Hakka. So when I went like to the restaurants or like, yeah, I spoke in Hakka. It's very broken, but you know, it does the job. So I could do a few stuff.
Nice. What about people who are older?
Mhm.
You know, our parents' age, our grandparents' age. Did you get a chance to meet them, talk to them?
Yeah, I talked to him. Like talking to them is very different because like I don't really know how to talk to elderly, especially since I'm not that fluent. So like I can't really ask them the question that I want to ask or like know how to ask. So But it was like when I talked to them, it was just like they just asked me where I came from, why I came here, and then and I just asked them a little bit about themselves, what made them come over here, and stuff like that. But overall, it was a good communication.
Now, this might be a little bit makes you think, but what was the one thing that you feel really comfortable after living there for like a long time? What
Very
becomes very, very comfortable? Like what chore or what things that you do become very comfortable for you?
So when you poop, you kind of have to wash your butt, and then after that, maybe like 20-30 minutes later, you have to eat with your hand. So at first I was really disgusted, but after a few weeks of living there, I kind of got used to it.
I mean, you have to wash your hands, all right?
Yeah. But like the thought process,
Right.
washing with your hand and then eating with your hand was very culture shock. Yeah, yes, sir.
That is a big culture shock. Very nice. Okay, you really like very quick thinking about that. Okay. All right. Okay. Snow. What about you, Snow? This is your second time you went there. Um, it's the war has been going on for 4 years now. When you look at the people, when you see the people, first time seeing them and second time coming back and seeing them and talk to them, what was the biggest changes that you noticed from the people or even the soldiers?
This time is around, so I think welcomes me more. It feels like a friends, like I actually at first like last year's it was just seems like I don't know what to expect, but this time's around, so I know sort of the peoples, but also like they sort of knows me, so this time around, I felt like I actually went home instead of walking into a place that I have no ideas what to expect. So this time around felt like homes.
Mm. That's interesting. We're coming to the end of our, little section. After we wash our hands. So before we close, uh, we know many of from the CNA and CDFs are like at the front line. They're fighting, and what would you like to share a few words of like encouragement or support for them and their families? I want to start with Jungban.
I don't really have nothing to say, but I just want them to know that what they're doing for is like that they will definitely be remembering our history, and that they should not feel sad because it's something that they will be remembered for.
Mm. Um, so Jungban, would you go back if you have a chance?
Oh, 100%. You guys can send me back there right now. I'll be ready.
I see. All right. Snow, what about you? What are the few words of encouragement that you want to say to the family and the soldiers?
Yes. Before I actually go on to that, I will actually want to share the one thing that I witnessed while I was there. Um, it's just so heartbreaking to see our soldiers. They are the one who put their lives in the front lines and carrying like just one cup of uncooked rice with brown sugar canes for their lunch and for their dinners. So think about it, it's like we who are here in Americas, right? We are we can afford this. How would I say? We have so much better meals that we're eating here. But our soldiers like that who are serving for our countries, who are like putting their lives in the front lines are like suffering, and all they have to eat is rice with the sugar canes. And it's not even like a 2 cup of rice for lunch and dinner. And some of them may have to go like without days. Their their days are unknowns. The day that I was there, it was when I see that I was like, man, like, what am I doing here? I actually came here to witness this, but at the same time, I wasn't able to take into my heart. But yes, they are actually eating uncooked rice with the sugar canes, and they carry on that, and they are unsure about what's coming to them. So yeah, during that time, I was very emotional. But at the same time, to our soldiers, you guys are incredibly brave, and you truly deserve honors. Why did I said that? Some of the people, some of our soldiers, they think that because they didn't give part of their life, part of their bodies in the front lines, they think that they don't deserve honors. Here I say, you do deserve honors because you do dare to go out there, serve without even thinking. You put your life on the front lines, not just for ours, like not just for me, but it's for our future purpose. I don't need this, but at the same time, our nation needs this, and for fact, and that's the reason why you stand up there, you fight for us, and I assure you that we will always, we will. I mean, I assure you that I will, as part of this, I will also look for your families, and we will also try to do our best in every way that we can.
Thank you, Snow, for sharing your thoughts on that. And is there anything you guys want to add, Jungvan, when it comes to our topic?
Yeah, I interviewed a few of the soldiers, right? And like looking at their age, why they're pretty young, that they have their whole life to live too. And the one thing I asked them was like, were they not afraid to die? Because like, they're still young, they have a whole life to live. They like if they die, they're never gonna get to do a lot of the stuff that a normal person would do. And the one thing that really shocked me was their answer. And what they told me was like dying for their home country is like it's like they feel proud in themselves if they die. And then they also told me that they're not afraid because if it's time, then it'll be time, and that's in God's hands. So that's like the biggest thing that really like humbled me is like I didn't really expect that for them. And then that courage like gives me a hope for a future in our Chinland. So that really changed my perspective.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Jungvan. Snow, you want to add anything?
Uh, yes. I would just like to add. I appreciate each and every one of you, and it is such an honor to actually serve you guys. And also, I can assure you that our team will never forget you and your families, and we will always look after them. And we thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. That's it. Thank you for giving us time for your interview. We will close this panel now. Okay. Thank you so much. See you guys.